All right, everybody. So, did a car Chronicles a few nights ago. Didn't upload correctly for some reason. I think it was too long. Yeah, it was too long.
It was really long.
It was. Yeah, we were
We're going to Applebee's too, so we're kind of going out of the way.
we were rambling on for about 25 minutes about Gopher basketball and the MVP race a little bit, mostly Gopher basketball. But today we're gonna touch on both of those things, and then we'll mix in the Vikings and their not new signing, but extension of Daniil Hunter, and then a few other things that we talked about in the last one. I forgot what they were, but
we'll touch up on some stuff.
Yeah, we'll touch up on some stuff. So we'll start off with Gopher basketball and their upcoming season. They've been practicing here for
last couple weeks.
Yeah, a few weeks.
Yeah.
I don't know what his take is, but I don't know how promising we're looking this year. We're losing a lot of guys. We're losing Nate Mason, Reggie Lynch, Kanate, I guess, if you want to include him. He wasn't all that productive last year, but
nevertheless got better. I mean,
yeah, we got
he
improved from his previous years, but brought in a few new recruits. Daniel Oturu from Cretin-Derham Hall, who's one of the bigger recruits we've had in the past years, especially being a local guy. Brought in another guy from De La Salle. I still am blanking on that dude's name. I don't remember what his name is.
Gabe Kelshar, I think.
Gabe Kelshar.
I think so.
So he's coming in.
Last name butchering, so I apologize for anybody tuning in.
And then what's his face from Orono?
Jarvis Thomas,
yeah.
From Mercer.
Another pulley guy. So there's a lot of local guys that are coming in as freshmen. So hopefully Patino will get them in the. I was about to say row your boat.
Get them to row the boat.
That's football, but nonetheless, I don't know what your take is on this year's Gopher squad and how they're going to do in non-conference and Big Ten play.
I mean, non-conference is non-conference. For the Gophers, I haven't looked at the schedule. I don't even think they're out yet, honestly. I've seen who they play for the Big Ten ACC Challenge. They got Boston College this year. Nice. Good game. Good competitive. Actually, you know what? Give credit to Boston College. They're in the ACC. They have Duke, North Carolina every year. Twice.
They beat Duke last year.
I was going to say,
they were pretty good. Although they're losing what's-his-face, the guy he dyed his hair red.
Yeah.
You said he got drafted.
Yeah, he got drafted 12th overall.
Pretty good guard.
I don't know his name, but anyway. Non-conference is non-conference for the Gophers. The schedule's not generally too hard, and I think just based off athleticism and returners and of Isaiah Washington, McBrayer, Coffey off the injury, Murphy and Oturu, Jordan Murphy. You already said that. Eric Curry, guys like that. I think non-conference they'll take care of business and go somewhere around 12-2. They'll have one game against somebody on the road, random, probably like Seton Hall or somebody pretty good, I think, and they'll drop it. But anyway, Dante and I have been talking a lot about the Gopher basketball team and their immaturity, just being young.
Silly as hell.
Yeah, I was going to say it's kind of silly, honestly, with Jellyfam Dimes and Dupree McBrayer. Those guys seem like really fun guys off the court to drink with and stuff, but we'll see how that transitions into basketball.
See if they can get some wins in the Big Ten.
Right. Dupree's a senior, I believe, so he should, once push comes to shove, I think he'll step up, be a pretty decent leader actually on the court. It's just a big question for Dante, and I think is Isaiah Washington at the point, how he'll. What kind of point guard is he going to be last year with a lot of the starters dropping out or being hurt? I think that he had to pick up a lot of the shooting, and I don't know about you, I don't see his jump shot as being something that he can rely on.
It's all right. I think he's not a three-point shooter, but he's a good 1-2 dribble pull-up guy. But this year, like we talked about before, I think that he's going to need to be more of a facilitator and getting guys involved, and that'll open up his offensive game and then his offensive. Oh my God, there's a lot of traffic.
Yeah, I was going to say, let me show
his efficiency is going to be down a little bit, or up a little bit, hopefully.
I don't know why I'm struggling to do this.
Something like that.
Anyway, nevertheless, actually, you know what? I'm just gonna turn the damn camera on. Yeah, we're about to run into some beautiful Mendota Heights, going into the St. Paul Chronicle traffic, so that's gonna be fun.
But yeah, so projected starting lineups. We talked about this a little bit in our last video that we didn't post. It was so long. Isaiah at the 1, Dupree at the 2. Where did I say was at the 3?
Coffee,
Amir Coffee, Murphy, then maybe Curry at the 5. It's a decent lineup. The real struggle is going to be our bench. Like, I don't know who's going to come off our bench and help us win games, especially in the Big Ten on the road and stuff like that. But we'll see. I have not as high of hopes as Joe does, I think, on that silly ass team.
I got 21-12, something like that. 21-12, 5th in the Big Ten.
I have them 2 games under 500, so that's a pretty big flip flop.
Yeah, a little different perspective.
I think they're gonna. I think they'll drop 4 non-conference games, and then when it comes to the Big Ten, I think they're gonna struggle like they did last year. I want them to do good, but I just don't see this team being the team I thought last year was the team that was gonna be a lot better. But injuries happened and scandals and stuff happened, so it's like
bench. I agree with you. The bench. It's not that I don't like our bench. I like our bench. Like, I could probably name 5-6 guys in rotation off the bench. It's just it's young.
Yeah.
It's so young. So with that being said, I see foul trouble happening, and I just see just silly loose fouls. So I think your assessment and like the record wise, it definitely could happen. Like especially if they just like lose their composure because of being 18-19, and most of them are.
Yeah.
I definitely can see that happening. I'm just hoping the guys that have been there, done that, kind of help them out, and whatnot. Yeah. Anyway, so that's our take on the Gopher basketball team to get our video started out. That I'm really excited about that. Dante and I, and shout out Nicola and Thal, my girlfriend, and Cruz. Are going to live downtown Minneapolis, or on that side of campus, if you will. So I'm really excited just because if I have choice... No, keep going. Okay. If I have choice, or we all have choice, we definitely could see a lot of action, see a lot of basketball games here, or at least be in the atmosphere of the situation. Yeah. So I'm pretty excited.
Yeah, that'll be fun. Yeah. Just because college games are a little different atmosphere, their rules, and they're a lot cheaper. Usually, maybe not Big Ten games, but a lot of non-conference I'll probably go to. But yeah, that's our take on the Gophers. In the other video, I had a quick shout out to Lindsay Whalen. She's coaching the women's Gophers basketball team at the same time she's playing professional WNBA basketball. So that's pretty crazy. It's a lot of strenuous hours, but that's pretty cool. That's a neat thing to talk about. So we'll move on to the Vikes. Today, actually just this morning, basically, number 99, right? Yeah, number 99. Yeah. Daniel Hunter for the Vikings signed a
5-year, $72 million.
$72 million. How much?
40 guaranteed.
$40 million guaranteed. So,
got that on lockdown.
Yeah, well. It's
definitely a 3-year guarantee commitment.
If you think about it, Nick was texting me too. He's 23 years old.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
He's freak. He came out of LSU after 1 year, 2 years. They have to go 2 years, right?
I believe so now, yeah.
So, maybe the rule wasn't even in effect then. I think he might have went only 1 year.
But Nick said he's 23?
He's 23 years old. That's what he said.
It reminds me of Julius Peppers. Yeah. Like, that to me is, like, just freak athlete.
He's a freak athlete, yeah. But it's a good signing because Everson Griffin, as much as I like him, I think he's on his last end. And Brian Robinson is probably his last year. Right. Like, he's done. So, him, and then bringing Sheldon Richardson is a huge key for that defensive core, that really good defensive core. That car was really close to hitting me.
Linval Hungary's on the line.
Yeah, Big Boo 98. Shouts out to him. And yeah, so I think a lot of keys to that defense have been signed. Like you said, you think they're going to franchise tag Anthony Barr.
Yeah, no, I mean, Nick and I were talking about this morning. He texted me, and he's got to probably, because he's a huge Vikings fan, I kind of follow him, but he seems to think that they're going to tag him. I do. Now that I think about it, they'll probably take him twice, and then at that point, somebody's either going to struggle or some everybody's just going to be at their last point in their career, and then the money will be there for Barr.
Yeah.
Vikings are doing a really good job financially with this defense and keeping them.
They're spending
core
money
together.
which is what I like.
Yeah.
If you got the money, just spend it. Because, like I said in our first video, the time is now. If we don't win a Super Bowl in this 2 to 3 year span, I'll be really upset because then I don't think we're going to win for a while. I'm not taking 13. Am I?
No, you're going to 8 million.
Okay. Yeah, so it'll be exciting. Me and actually my roommate from Grandview, which I went to school at, Eric Winter, talked about one of the keys to the offense, and we thought that not that our offense isn't great, because it is. Like, it's a really fun offense to watch. They're getting Dalvin Cook back and whatnot, but Laquan Treadwell, successful Quan, Instagram tag, follow, is the key this year. If he's not producing as much, or if he's not producing more than he has in the past 2 years, then he might be out.
Was he a first round draft pick?
Yeah, he was our first round draft pick 2 years ago.
See, like, that too opens up for Barr. If that doesn't happen, which we all hope he does, right? Like, we hope he does well, but if that doesn't turn out the way they want it to, given that they have Rudolph, Diggs, and Thielen, asking him to kind of hit the door would not be that big of a deal, because then they can have
someone else will pick him up.
Right.
He's a skilled enough athlete, and he made some really good catches last year against a few teams. One big one against the Packers, but yeah, we'll see how that goes. I think that the Vikes will end up.
I'm saying 12-4.
Yeah, I would say 12
like
12-4, 11-5, something like that. Playoffs. Hopefully, first round bye again, and hopefully this is our year.
No, I'm not even a Vikes fan. Like, I'm a Bears fan, as you all know from our first video. But it's like, it's hard not to be a Vikings fan, and half of that is just because, like, I'm old enough. We're both 24, so I'm getting old enough where being in the atmosphere of the situation and being
working there.
We're gonna be there in these upcoming months. It's just like, it's a sweet team, like, overall team. Even last year, because my team was, I think at that point when I started thinking about it, they were like 3-8. I was just like, this Vikings team, like, as a whole, and not like our Cousins and Dalvin Cook. Like, does anybody remember, like, how good he was?
Yeah, he was ridiculous.
It was crazy. So if he comes back from that injury, knock on wood, well, that team is.
Yeah, man,
that team is
going to be a good 1-2 punch.
I kind of had a random thought this morning, and I'll touch on it just, like, really quick, and then, like, we can move on, or
to the MVP race.
Yeah, we can move on to, like, the NBA MVP race. It's kind of funny because, anybody watching this could call me, like, crazy and be like, I don't know what you're talking about. But it's weird because you go through the schedule, right? And, like, every one of us fans, we're like, okay, win, loss, win, loss.
Yeah.
Like, what we truthfully think. And it's like the Vikings, you know, they had the Favre year and they won the division last year. And they won the division 2 years ago. So they won the division twice in a row. Sure.
Yeah.
So in the last 10 years, like, it's not like the Vikings have been, like, amazing, but they haven't been, like, terrible. But if you're a Vikings fan and you're around our age, 21 to 24 years old, it's like you're kind of just, like, used to the Vikings. Like, oh, it's the Vikings. Like, they'll choke. They'll find a way to do this, or, like, they'll go 8-8. But now, getting back on topic, it's like you look at the schedule and you, like, look at the teams that they're playing. You're like, oh, it's kind of a hard game. But it's like everybody has to kind of realize, like, for that fan, looking at the Vikings on the schedule, it's like, that's a kick-ass team. Like, that's a good team.
Yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Like, they're getting to a point in my head where they're good to the point of other people, like, recognizing
they're
it.
A threat.
Yeah,
like,
exactly. It's like, long story short, they're just, like, a threat. So it's cool that they're at that point right now.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Anyway, so we'll move on. Talk really, really briefly about the NBA MVP race. As everybody knows, James Harden won. LeBron got second. And Anthony Davis got third. We were just saying, I just don't care for the MVP race. It's just not. If it's going to be most valuable player to your team, it should be LeBron every year, as biased as that is for me.
Well, Kyrie said this morning, too.
Yeah.
Like,
he's the most valuable to his team. If he goes down, like, the Cavs are nothing.
Right.
If Harden goes... I heard someone yesterday say if Harden goes down... He said if Harden goes down, the Rockets won't make the playoffs. And I completely disagree if Harden goes down. I think they'll still win 45-plus games. But... I think I don't know if this probably won't happen, but if I were the commissioner, I would take a hard look at like a best player of the year award, or I don't even know how they would really word it.
Well,